Indestructible Gaming. Choose your character. Musket Shot. Mr. K. Let the review begin.
Hello and welcome to Indestructible Gaming and More. I am Musket Shot. Alongside me is my co-host, Mr. K. Mr. K, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Welcome back.
Yeah, this week is a pretty interesting week. We are actually reviewing 3 small indie games from a developer that we followed on Twitter and is following us as well. So let's jump right into it. So the developer's name is Prox, P-R-O-X. Yeah, Prox is on Twitter, again, where we follow Prox and Prox follows us. And so we've thought, well, let's try somebody else's games that's following us. So Prox is located in Germany.
Ooh.
And if you want to check out Prox's Twitter site or website, if you type in Prox for Twitter, you should be able to just find Prox. But if you want to check out their website and where all the games are, you can type in Prox, P-R-O-X 276.itch.io, and that should bring you to the website. And Prox is a game developer, mainly making 2D games, and Construct 2 is a hobby. That's what Prox says on their website, and has been doing this for about 2 years, which is pretty amazing because there's 21 different games on their website. And so we're going to review 3 of them this week. And I did look up Construct 2 because I wasn't really familiar with this game-making platform. But they actually have a Construct 3 out now that you can download from their website. And it's pretty cool. I think it's something that we may have to try because they give you, I'm just going to quickly say it, they give you like 10-day trial thing, but there's like 9 pages of like kind of steps of how to create your own game that you can create and play, basically from doing this stuff. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of it doesn't look like there's any type of coding at all that you have to put in there. It's all just click and, hey, I want this on this, I want this here, and I want this here, and this background. And so it looks kind of cool. So maybe we'll have to try it. And who knows, maybe we can take your new character there, Merm, that you created recently, and maybe we can put Merm in a game.
Maybe we can make our own games and cross review our games.
Yeah, exactly. But at least if we did something like that, we'd also kind of get an idea of what it takes to make a game.
Exactly.
And have a little bit more of an understanding of what people do with the games and how they do it.
And who knows, maybe we did like it so much, we create a sequel.
That's right. Who knows? Yeah. So maybe we'll try it. So we'll see. So let's go into we have 3 games. The first one is called MacroWave, and then there's another one called Leap of Death, and then the last one is called Quite Cold. So we kind of looked at all 21 games and kind of figured, well, let's see title-wise, story-wise, what they're about, and those are the 3 we chose. So we're going to start off with MacroWave, and not microwave, MacroWave. And so do you want to kind of give a little quick run of this game, what the plot is?
Yeah, so MacroWave is a top-down shooter where you have to make sure a fragile macaroni is safe in your hands. And basically, it's a challenging game where there are waves, and each wave goes by, it gets increasingly difficult. And I can't make it through the second wave. How about you?
Yeah, no. The game play is, you're a person, a human, and you have to protect this rather large piece of macaroni.
I mean, who would want to protect a giant piece of macaroni?
Right. The macaroni has a face, or at least eyes and stuff like that. And you have to protect the macaroni from these waves of aliens, or I guess, or whatever they are. And so you basically can do 2 things. carry the macaroni guy around with you all over the place and try to avoid them, but they just keep coming. So you have to kind of kill the waves of aliens. Yeah, or you can put the macaroni down someplace and then try to, protect the macaroni from these aliens by punching them or shooting them or whatever.
You can also throw the macaroni across the stage like a football.
yeah. And you can do that, but the problem is sometimes the macaroni has a mind of its own, and as the developer Prox says on their website, basically that the macaroni is pretty stupid and will sometimes get in the way of things and find it pretty challenging for you to sort of protect the macaroni. So I thought that was pretty funny that he kind of called he said that the macaroni was extremely incompetent and will jump into danger for no reason. That's the developers.
There must be something special about this macaroni because it's not worth putting up through all that.
I know. So what do you think of the game as far as the gameplay and stuff like that?
Out of all three of these, I think this is the most polished out of all of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This one is extremely hard. Either that or I suck badly at it. But
I know. I think it's a really, really hard game to play. I think the character movement is easy enough, and placing the macaroni down is easy enough, and punching and all that stuff. And I think it's funny that sometimes when you put the macaroni down, it starts to kind of wander off and do stuff. You can pick it up, but the waves of creatures, the aliens or whatever they are that you have to fight are just so overwhelming, and they sometimes come from all different directions.
You can just be relentless.
Yeah, and it's difficult because you don't know where to really put the macaroni down. Sometimes there's sometimes where you're kind of running around going, all right, where am I going to put this down that it's going to be safe for like a couple, like 5 or 10 seconds that I can actually kill some things and then run back and get it, because these aliens come from all over the place.
Mind you, if the macaroni touches these aliens or ghosts, whatever they are, you are dead. You have to restart. You're done.
Mm-hmm. As soon as they get to the macaroni, you're dead. If the aliens touch you, they stun you, basically. They don't kill you. They'll just stun you. But that leaves the macaroni vulnerable to being touched by these aliens, and then that's it. You're done. So then you have to start all over again. So there's no like second chance life or third chance life or anything like that. So that's a little tough. It's all basically one board for the waves and stuff like that. But so you're not like going from one level to a different level to a different level to, do different things or to escape. So it's all one board. So it's only so much room you got, but I mean, the quicker you can get to defeating the aliens, the better off you are. But they are fast and they come at you really, really, really in all kinds of different directions. But I like the music in the intro screen. I liked it during the gameplay. I like the music choice that he used. So that was
the music choice was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining. It wasn't repetitive or annoying.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny too when you die. The macaroni has the two exits on its eyes. And then the music kind of slows down like a record player going really slow. You turn the record player down really slow and the music kind of slows down. And it's pretty funny. And there's 5 waves to this game. So if you get through all 5 waves, well, then you're pretty good. And if that's not enough for you and you think, I need more, there's an endless wave gameplay that you can click on. And I guess they just keep coming and coming and coming until you've had enough.
And if you have beaten it, you've gotten 3 nice slow claps from me and a nice congratulations.
So that's, and the title's kind of a play on words, with macro being the macaroni and then wave being all the waves you face of aliens. So, any final words on this game?
This game's hard.
Yeah.
Is there any other way to put it? This game's hard. It's not bad. It's just hard.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard. Like I said,
it's difficult.
The music's good. I like the music. The graphics aren't bad. I like that.
I was
just,
expecting it to be challenging, but not that challenging.
yeah, it's very, very difficult. I was terrible at it. So, and for you to say that you couldn't get past a certain level, that means like it's really hard, because you're usually pretty good at figuring out certain things and figuring out patterns and how to beat characters and bosses. But it's a free game you can play right on your browser on his website. So I recommend that you go check it out and play it. See how you do. Let us know how you do. I mean, if you defeat the game and think it's easy, I'd love to know. I'd love to see what you think, or send us a video of you kicking all the aliens' butts and winning. I'd love to see that. But I know I wouldn't be anywhere close to that.
As these games are very short, we want to make sure that they get the fairest and the best reviews they could possibly can. And I think it's the best way to do it. Instead of just moving on and onto the next game, we should do a 1 to 5 rating instead of a 1 to 10, since these are way shorter than your normal indie game.
Mm-hmm.
Because this can last you at least, I don't know, some of these, two of these will last you at least 20 minutes, not even.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems only fair.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to give it a rating 1 to 5, I'm going to give it a nice 3.
Okay. Yeah, I think the same for me. I think that's little. I can't give it much more than that, because it is just really, really difficult. So, but good job with the game. I did see some comments from others that have played the game and said it's a great game. They loved it. So, highly recommend that you go try it out, see how you do. Can't hurt. It's free. Go play it and check it out. Right? It's free. It's always good. All right. So that's 1. So let's
2 to go.
Yeah, let's let's take a leap to Leap of Death. So Leap of Death, do you want to explain that one now?
Well, in Leap of Death, it's a platformer. Your basic objective is to get the coins, and collecting 30 of them will grant you access to the exit, which of course is at the end of the level. There's only one singular level. But the main gimmick is when you die, you respawn at your checkpoint, but it basically makes you leap upwards. You don't really have much control until like the very end of the jump.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do that to basically hit switches just switches.
Sometimes get coins. You can collect coins by doing that.
Yeah, that too.
If you're lucky.
If you can see them, that is.
Yes. Yeah, and the character's kind of like a block character, kind of like a square block.
Very simplistic.
With a face on it. It's basically kind of like a black and white type of game.
Kind of like a Nintendo Game Boy.
Yeah.
Old and green.
Very old school look to it. The music is very kind of 8-bit music, very repetitive. The gameplay is basically the arrow keys, and that's it. So you're leaping up, leaping over, basically using the arrow keys. Isn't too much more to that as far as controls.
Unlike the first one, though, this one isn't brutally difficult. This one you can be completed between at least I think I spent like 20 minutes on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I missed a couple of coins and had to go back to the very beginning, which I didn't like, but that was my own fault. I was being oblivious.
Mm.
I like how they use dying as a way to further the mechanics.
Yeah. So can you explain that a little bit more? Because I can explain it too, but it is kind of different, because you're basically sometimes dying isn't a bad thing in this game. Sometimes you die on purpose. Just you're using
your own death to further yourself in the game.
Yeah.
And it's something not a lot of games do, and I like to see. I'd like to see a lot more games using death as not a way to subtract lives, but as a way to progress the game forward.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of games do that. And ones I can't think of any at the moment, but There are a couple that do that, but not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of cool because you could be in a certain area and be like, okay, there's the coins. I got to get to that area. But in order to get to them or to get to that row of that platform, I need to die. So you just jump off and die. And then, it spawns you again, shoots you up in the air. And that's where you're able to sometimes get to a certain platform or certain coins. And so, yeah, it is a little bit, it's different.
Sometimes there are puzzles you'll have to do in order to progress, which furthers the mechanics to the dying gimmick.
Right.
Which makes it even better. I think even though this is a short game, I thought it was a very cool idea. And if he expanded upon this and made like a full-fledged game out of it, made it not so Game Boy-ish and made it like a full-scale game, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be pretty cool. It'd be a cool mechanic. I can see that working in a world.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's definitely a lot of strategy involved in this one because you want to plan out how you die and or how you move in the game sometimes.
It's really
cool.
It
definitely has like an early PC game feel to it. Or like you said, a Game Boy game with the colors and graphics and stuff. The music's a little repetitive, but it's I think it's on purpose like that for this.
Well, this game was made in 24 hours, so
yeah, which is even more amazing. Yeah, this was made in 24 hours for the Nokia Jam 2, which is that in itself is impressive. I can't imagine creating a game in 24 hours, but this is something that he did, or he or she did in a short period of time. So it's pretty wild that they did this in 24 hours. That's cool.
So let's reverse this. What would you say would be your final review of this one?
This one, I'd probably give this one a 4. Just because a 4 out of 5, because I think the gameplay is unique. It's kind of interesting. There's a little bit of strategy and luck and the smarts to play in the game and how to get to getting those coins. And that there's an end to it basically. But if you get to 30 coins, you get to the end, it'll grant you the access to the exit, which the highest I got was the 28 coins. And I wanted to see what had happened. What would it say when I got to the end? And I got to the end. It's like, you can't unlock this. So you have to kind of go back and try to figure out how to go back. But I think I'd give it a 4.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll have to echo that as well and say that I'm also going to give it a 4. I thought it was enjoyable for what small game it was. I thought it was very, very unique with the overall gameplay with it. Like I said, I haven't seen much games do that before with the dying mechanic. And I would love to see more of it come out of this. Maybe make it bigger, maybe a world map, maybe a bunch of levels, maybe bosses. Imagine killing yourself to defeat a boss. Now that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be different. I'd be really good at that then.
Maybe when you die, you come up as a missile to the boss and you hit him.
Ooh, I'd be really good at that then.
Maybe you can do something like that. I don't know. Maybe throwing ideas out there.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was an overall good small game. I enjoyed it. I didn't get as frustrated as this one with the macaroni in MacroWave. But I liked it, and it's a good 4.
Okay.
4 out of 5.
Cool. Excellent. So that's 2 out of 3. So now we're going to go down to the last game, which is called Quite Cold. And did you want to... And oh, by the way, the game Leap of Death is also on Prox's website. Again, free to play on your browser. You don't have to download any of those games, which is really cool.
All 3 of these are free. So
yeah, and you don't have to download any of them.
You just can download them though.
You can,
if you want to.
If you want to, but you don't have to, which is cool. Okay, so let's move on to the last one. Quite Cold.
Well, Quite Cold is a game based on Super Hot, which is a first-person shooter where time moves when you move. But Quite Cold takes a different approach and makes it 2-dimensional, 2D, you know. And that's basically what it is, a 2D super hot where time moves and you move, only it's 2-dimensional. And funny enough, Quite Cold is the opposite of super hot.
Yeah.
I've never realized it until now.
And I'm wondering if that's why it named it Quite Cold.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, that's basically the whole idea of it. Go through levels and kill them.
Yep. Yeah, and you kill them by basically jumping on top of their heads, basically knocking them down.
Jump on them before they shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's usually a few different enemy on each level as you go through and stuff like that. This is definitely, if you like Super Hot, I think you're going to like this game. It's got that, you know, the music slows when you move slowly, kind of speeds up when you move a little faster. There is like a bar at the top of the screen that's sort of a light. I guess it's kind of like a life bar, would you say? That is slowly ticking down.
That's a life. I couldn't tell what it was, to be honest with you.
I think it's kind of a life bar. It's slowly ticking down as you move. It tends to go down as you move faster. And then I don't know. I never got to a point where it ran out, so I either would die or took care of everybody before.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just came back to me. Yeah, the bar.
Yeah.
I actually sat down to see what would happen, and you just die.
Yeah, you just die. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's just a time limit.
Time limit thing. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. You do have to kind of keep an eye on that a little bit, but it's more or less watching out for, like in Super Hot, you're watching out for the stuff coming at you, so the different bullets. And I've only played Super Hot a few times, and most of the time it's just 1 or 2 bullets or 3 bullets coming at me in different areas. This one, sometimes it's like a cluster of bullets being shot from the enemy. So it's a little bit more difficult. You have to really sometimes kind of time your movement to just make sure either stuff's going over your head or underneath your feet or something. So it's a little bit more. There's a lot of dodging to defeat these characters, and that's one of the things they do mention is that this game is more about sometimes dodging than it is actually moving quickly. You're trying to just dodge those bullets to get to a spot. If you get near the characters, like within a short distance of the characters don't fire their weapons anymore. So it makes it easier for you to kind of jump on them and kill them, which is, I like that. That was pretty cool. So you didn't have to worry about them being up real close to you and being like, oh, they're just going to waste me now. But but some of the characters are somewhat easy to get to and defeat, and some are a little bit more difficult depending on where they are and how quickly they're shooting and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's funny when you do die, the music's kind of slow, kind of like MacroWave. The music gets really slow and stuff, but I liked how he did that. That was pretty fun. The characters are all the characters are kind of like short, stumpy little characters, but
they all have hats on, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you can't. As a short, stumpy character, it doesn't mean that you can't jump really high, because some of them are like on high columns, and you just kind of keep jumping, and you just go right up the column, and then you can jump on them. So that's pretty cool. It wasn't like you couldn't go up the column really easy. You could do it pretty quickly. So I like that. It's a good game design. I think it's, like I said, if you like Super Hot, I definitely think you'd like this game. Very, very similar gameplay mechanics, and I thought it was pretty fun to play. What would you say about this game as far as a score from 1 to 5?
Well, unfortunately with this one, I wasn't much of a big fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew eventually at some point I'd have to give a game a bad review.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to be the one to first do it, but this is one I have to say I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
I mean, War Groove a while back, it wasn't my cup of tea. But this one, I just feel like it doesn't actually work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Super Hot was meant to be 3D and not really 2D.
Mm-hmm.
So with 2D, it kind of feels like the game's clustered.
Okay.
And like you said with the bullets earlier,
Yeah.
sometimes you would have to face these guys in linear hallways. And if that's 2D, you're not going to be able to dodge those bullets. You're just going to die.
Right.
So some of the times the enemies were hard to even get to because of their bullets.
Yeah.
And there's no defense. You can't. All you can do is run.
Yeah, there's not
run
like
and jump.
Yeah, it's not like you have a weapon to shoot them or anything like that.
Now,
like it's super high, you can pick up a gun or something.
Now, if he gave you like a gun or something, or made the map a little, bigger and not so linear, maybe, I don't know, make it 2.5D, where you transition between areas. Like, say, you jump from the foreground to the background.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Because that would also mean you can strategically dodge those bullets by jumping into the background.
Yeah.
And strategically jumping back in to do it. Because those bullets cluster up. So it would give you a reason to go back into the background.
Yeah.
So you won't be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm cheating the game. No, you're making yourself safe. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You just got to make it so you can't progress, because if you can just go to the background and move on, there's really no point to it then.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. But overall, I have to say I'd give this a 2. It's like, I can understand if you'd like it, but for me, it's not that.
Right. It's just not your
my thing. I don't think it works well.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. I mean, hey, it's not.
I still like the other 2 games though.
Yeah.
Even though
even though it was MacroWave was a killer.
MacroWave is. I want to see someone beat it. I want to see what happens.
I know, right?
I want to physically watch someone beat it, like a stream.
I know. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to watch a video of someone just beating it. I want to see a stream of someone beating it.
Someone actually doing it live.
I want to see the hard effort.
Yeah. The challenge goes out to anybody that can beat.
And send us,
you know what?
On Twitter or something.
We'll throw the challenge out there. We'll throw the glove down right now. Anybody that can stream themselves live, beating MacroWave or Quite Cold.
I will. Well, we will come and watch it.
We will watch it.
We will.
We will watch it.
I'll watch it big time.
Let us know when we will watch it, because I would love to watch it beat either one of those games, because I think both of them are really hard. For me, Quite Cold. For a final score, I'll give it a 3.5. I did like the mechanics, and I did like the game. I think this was the game I probably played the longest for the games. MacroWave, I played it a number of times, but just so hard I couldn't play it as much as this one and Leap of Death. But I liked the way this played. Super Hot, I liked Super Hot too, although I'm not really good at it, and I've only played it a few times. But I kind of like the concept of both of the games, so I think it's kind of cool.
Overall, I think Pox did a pretty good job with these games.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like the third one so much as the others, I still think he did a good job, and I bet the other games that he has on his list are probably just as good or even better.
Yeah. So and it's definitely something that I'll go back at some point and try some of the other games on
definitely
the website.
Go check them out and help them out as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty amazing that Prox did 21 games and in 2 years.
Yeah,
time, and doing this more of, just really as a hobby, just for fun.
Granted, these are small games. You can still tell he put a lot of passion into this.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty cool. And if he's doing, or if Prox is doing this all on that Construct 2 platform, it says a lot for that Construct 2 platform. It's really kind of impressed me, because that means that, okay, it might be worth checking that platform out if that's something you want to, if you've always wanted to create a game, whether it's big or small, it might be worth checking out just to check it out. And like I said, for us, we might want to check it out just to kind of get the experience of seeing what it's like to create a game, so we have more to sort of understand and talk about when we're reviewing these games. But okay, so that was it. Those 3 games. So what are we going to play next week and review next week?
Next week, we're going to review a horror game that's
spooky.
pretty decently old. It's been around for quite some time. It has a big cult following. A lot of people like this game. Oh yeah, definitely. This is it's popular. It's like one of the main horror games that people sometimes think about. Really depends on the person. If they like Japanese horror or anything that includes like Japanese, they'll most likely bring it up. This is the game called Yume Nikki.
Yume Nikki, okay.
It is free. It is free on Steam. We're going to be playing it there.
Nice. All right, so that's what we'll be doing for next week. So we hope you'll be able to join us and listen in, see what we say about Yume Nikki. So that's all I got. Mr. K, anything else that you want to say before we go?
I'm going to have nightmares about macaroni tonight. That's for sure. He's going to be chasing me I'm going to be chasing him in my dreams. What am I saying?
You're never going to eat macaroni and cheese the same way again.
It's funny enough. I ate some today.
Or those elbow macaroni.
Yeah, elbow macaroni. Funny enough. Everything has to go full circle here.
I know. That's funny.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
Right. Oh, and one more thing before we leave. We wanted to say thank you again for all the listeners out there. We've hit 300 downloads from all the downloads that we've been doing since March. So thank you again. Appreciate it. Keep listening.
Yeah, definitely.
Reach out to us on Twitter, Facebook, email us. We'd be more than happy to respond. And
we love talking to you. We love talking to you guys.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Peace.
Game over.
Hey, it's Mr. K here. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. Also, you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and iRadio. Anyways, hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.